back with us is Jovan Buha, and joining us now is Metta World Peace, who of course is a former NBA champion, Defensive Player of the Year, NBA All-Star, and now coach. You want to be referred to as Coach Metta.
Yeah, thank you. Coach Metta, this is great. Coach Metta in the building. Coach Peace.
Coach
you know,
Peace,
however
yeah.
they want to
What are you
word
doing?
it.
Talk to us about what you're up to these days.
You know, loving Los Angeles.
Yeah.
You know, from New York City, obviously. Got here in 2009, and I'm just loving the city of Los Angeles right now. My family and doing a lot of business and different things like that.
Where are you coaching?
I'm coaching at Cal State LA. I've been there for 7 years under head coach Torino Johnson. We actually came from Palisades, and there was a season where our team started out 0-13. We won 20 games in a row to win the state championship. So that's my head coach.
Yeah.
Well, what's your coaching style like? Are you running the triangle or like?
Absolutely. We're not going to run from the triangle because it's cool and it's trendy. Hey, triangle doesn't work. No, not in this year. You know what? We love the triangle. We're using the triangle world, just so you know.
And that's Phil Jackson's old coaching style. Tex Winter, which
Yes.
you won the NBA title on. Michael Jordan won
Yes.
all of his titles on
The
as well.
triangle will live.
The triangle lives on.
It lives
on
on.
with Metta.
Yes.
Well, J.J. Redick's not running the triangle with the Lakers right now. What do you make of the current team?
You know, I think the team is really good. You know, obviously King James a little older, so he needs breaks every now and then. The team is showing that without King James, they can still play well. So when he comes back, he'll do pretty solid. They got a lot of X factors, guys I didn't know about, like Lavia. I'm sorry, I think I'm pronouncing his name wrong. Laravia. Sorry, Laravia. You know, guys like that just coming out of nowhere for the most part. That team is solid.
Yeah. How do you think LeBron fits into that team? Because if you're that team and you've been playing like this and now you have him come back into it.
I think, you know, as players, you got to do what the coach asks. Then you got to put, you know, your game on the line, meaning don't wait for King James. Go do what you got to do. The objective is to win. Everybody wants to win. And if you win, everybody will be happy. So I would advise them, don't just wait for King James to do something kingly. You know? Go be the best you can be and then support the team and then let the chips fall where they may.
What's your big Lakers question?
What have you seen from Luka and Austin together this season and sort of that two-man pairing?
They're so good. They almost don't mix. They're too good. But, you know, team ball wins. There's enough room for everybody to be successful. They're showing it, and I like that. Luka is in shape. You know, last year, he comes from Dallas, and he comes to LA, and we know, we like he's a star. We know that. But we saw that he wasn't in shape. Mm-hmm. He dedicated himself this summer, and now I'm enjoying the Lakers more because he's better.
Well, we see these pictures of AD in Dallas, who now looks like he's put on some. What are they feeding them in Dallas? What's going on there?
Biscuits and barbecue, biscuits and gravy, Southern hospitality, sodium.
Yeah. a lot of sodium is going on there. You know, you played obviously with some of the greatest players of all time. Do you have a favorite Kobe Bryant story? Something that we all can learn from Kobe?
Man. Well, there's a couple things. So one story, he came to my room at the end of his career and said, Metta, get those beats ready. I told this story a lot. And he wanted to rap. So he said, Metta, get those beats ready. I always keep beats with me, you know, I always gotta stay ready. And he just came to the room and just rapped for like an hour. This is the end of his career.
He's rapping with you? You're playing the beats?
Over my beats, yeah. And
Wow.
he's just rapping. He said, put the next one on. Put the next one on.
Yeah.
And we did that for an hour, and it was just incredible to spend that type of time, not only to my teammate, but somebody I really admire.
What do you think? You know, obviously people talk about the Mamba mentality, but for you seeing it up close, what do you think made that work?
You know, I think his hard work. He wasn't afraid to put his body on the line. You know, when your body's not working in Game 7 or in the end of your career, whatever, you got to tap into something else. And he wasn't afraid to feel that extra pull in his calf. You know, when you start pulling your calf muscle, that means something is wrong. Kobe's like, you know what, I don't care what's wrong. I'm going to fight through it. If I injure myself, I injure myself. That's the type of guy he was.
Yeah. And what are your big takeaways on that front?
Yeah, no, I mean, I wanted to ask you about the modern state of defense right now, and looking at, we were talking about the Oklahoma City Thunder and the way that they're defending right now. With
exactly.
Like, team defense, incredible, but what have you thought of the Thunder start to the season?
I think it's great. You know, they definitely took a lot of pages out of my book. you know, and they're
old school
playing
defense.
old school Ron Artest type defense.
Yeah.
Metta World Peace is a little bit more, you know, Zen guy, you know. But the Ron Artest style
What
defense.
is Ron Artest defense? Define Ron Artest defense.
It's like Mozart. It's really technical. It's Einsteinish. You know, it's lock up. And, you know, the only way to beat OKC, you have to have me coaching against OKC.
I love it.
There's no other way.
How would you coach against OKC?
I wouldn't give all my secrets away. You know, this is top. This is American.
CNN exclusive. Come on.
This
The
is a
story
top
is.
secret. You know, I'm the Secretary of Defense. I just can't give it away. You know, I'm running the country here. No, no, but
Now we have the Secretary of War. That's changed.
Oh, but I didn't hear that piece. Secretary of Peace.
Okay.
Secretary of Peace. No, but I think you have to use offense to wear down the defense. They play 10 guys, and that's really tough. If you're not ready for that, if you don't coach like that, it's tough to beat.
Another thing you're doing now is boxing, promoting, or coaching. Tell us a little bit about that. Managing?
Yeah, absolutely. So my dad, if you go to boxrec.com, it's where every single boxer in the history records are at, everything. My dad is actually on BoxRec. My dad was a professional fighter. He went 2-1. He stopped boxing in '77, met my mom, and lost focus a little bit. But then he had me. And so he recorded 2-1, and I always wanted to give him 4 fights. And actually, when I was 24, Angelo Dundee, my dad met Angelo Dundee, Muhammad Ali's trainer. And Angelo Dundee said, you know, I see you're getting a lot of technical fouls, you got a lot of energy. I think you'll be a good boxer. So I said, okay, I'll train for 10 years. I'll turn pro at 35. But the brawl happened. When the brawl happened, I was going to announce that year that I was going to turn pro boxing. But
the brawl is, you're talking about the Malice
The
at
Malice
the
at the
Palace.
Palace, yeah, the Malice
When you
at the
got
Palace.
into a fight and it became a
Big
huge
fight.
thing in the middle of the game.
Over some
in the
ice
stands.
cream. I couldn't believe it. It was just over ice cream, man. This guy, man. If you want ice cream, I'll buy you ice
Before
cream.
the Malice at the Palace, you were planning on becoming a professional boxer?
I was going to train for 10 years and focus on it, and then while playing. But then when the brawl happened, I didn't want to come out and say I'm going to box because my life was destroyed over ice cream. It was crazy.
What was your fighting style going to be?
You know what? I don't really know, but defense would have been incredible. My left jab, I think it would have been incredible.
Yeah.
You know, I think I jabbed to the belly. You know, I think I jabbed to the top, and I think the fight's over.
Well, it is great talking with you. Congratulations. Will you stick around? I want to see your baby.
Yes, I'm nanny.
Yeah.
My son is here, and we'll bring him out.
Okay, we'll bring him out when we come back a little bit more with Metta World Peace and Jovan Buha and more news. We wrap things up for the week. We've got Jovan Buha here and Metta World Peace, NBA legend, NBA champion, and you brought some company. This is your son? Who is this here?
This is Hero Artest. And he is clinking on, say, hi, Bubba, you're on TV. Don't mess it up now, okay? You gotta perform, right? Blow the kiss like that, Game 7, you ready? Mwah.
and you're about to be a father again?
Well, I want more babies.
And how many babies do you have at this point?
I had my first at 16 years old, and then I had 2 every year, and I got 3 grandchildren. I want more. I have 70 nieces and nephews.
Wow.
And like one of my sisters has 8 children, and then our nephews and nieces are also making, sorry taxpayers. Apologize in advance.
And your grandson is actually younger than some of your other kids,
Yeah,
right?
he's actually younger than 2 of his nieces.
Yeah.
So his 7-year-old niece says, I'm your
You have
cousin.
grandchildren that are older than him, is what I should say.
basically.
Yeah.
Yeah, ooh, there you go. He's
That's
up
very,
now.
he likes the colors and all this. What is Metta the dad like?
I'm a hippie dad.
Hard to believe that.
Yeah, you know, I learned from Phil. Nah.
Yeah.
But pretty much go have fun, do what you need, do whatever you want to do in life.
Yeah.
I think this life has a lot to offer. Oh, look at you now. He's up now. Oh, he comes back.
That's so cute. One last basketball question. Who do you think would be the hardest player in the NBA to guard right now?
Wembanyama.
Yeah. Victor Wembanyama, who's
He's cheating. He shouldn't even be allowed.
He says he's 7'6" or whatever. Seems like he's 7'8" or something.
I know. He should not be allowed. Like some people, you know what, you can't play too tall. Sorry.
Is that a thing?
Too good and too
That's
tall.
Too good?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, do you think he could be, I mean, if he gets it together, could be one of the best ever, right?
I mean, we didn't get a chance to see Wilt. Now you get a chance to see Wilt. Wow. This is anybody who did not get a chance to see Wilt Chamberlain. Here you go.
Yeah. All right. Well, Metta World Peace, we look forward to seeing you coach. Hopefully in the NBA, hire this guy.
Absolutely, we're waiting.
You can check out Jovan Buha at Buha's Block on YouTube and also as a podcast. Thank you all for watching us all week here on The Story Is. We had so much fun, and thank you for letting me do this. This was a blast.